Good morning, everyone. Edo here. A lovely, if slightly overcast Sunday morning. Currently working in homeless services with Crosscare in Dublin. Former member of the Social Care Workers Board at Carew, and a former member of the Consultative Forum for Former Residents and Mother Baby Homes, Allied Institutions, etc. Following some stuff closely on social media this week. And one of the things that kind of really perked my interest was a conversation around HIQA and their inspections and the type of stuff that they're calling people out, calling teams out on, calling services out on. It was very interesting. Someone was talking about, when you go into a residential service and there's posters all over the walls, policies and procedures and health and safety and, etc., 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 and how unlike a home setting it is. And that in itself is interesting, isn't it? It's like, what do we legally have to display? And then what are we displaying just because we've always displayed it? Is there a difference between the two of those points of view? Legally, what are we required to do? And then what has just become a habit? And then the actual inspections that HIQA are doing and the stuff that they are finding difficulties with or challenges with, and how do they interpret them, and how does that actually affect the quality of life of the people using our services? And that in itself is an interesting debate to have. But actually what's more interesting for me anyway, as a kind of an older senior social care professional, is that there is no mechanism in place for social care professionals to sit with HIQA and to look at the process of inspections and to look at what is effective and what isn't effective. And I'm not saying that we as social care professionals should, by any stretch of the imagination, be judging HIQA and the staff within HIQA, or even within TUSLA, but that collectively we should look at the process to see how it benefits those that we serve. I think that process should include frontline social care workers, frontline social care managers. It should include HIQA inspectors and their management teams, and it should include service users of all hues, all ages and all types of service users. And I think that should be done at least on a biannual basis to see if what we are collectively doing is serving those that we need. So then there isn't this divide and this this angst between social care, frontline social care professionals and managers and PICs and CEOs, and then this stress over HIQA coming in and being predominant and challenging our profession, etc., etc. It really should be a partnership approach, because ultimately the people who will benefit are the people who are living in our services. And HIQA's role, if you asked any of them, is to do that. Is to try and make the service as good as it can. I don't know any social care workers, social care managers and social care directors who don't want to supply as good a service as they can. And I think if everyone then came together every 24 months and workshop this, that we could really fine-tune the process and end up with services that actually do resemble homes and not resemble businesses with posters and just inappropriate stuff all over the place. So there's one to think about for the weekend. It might be something that some of you would run with and maybe take to Social Care Ireland have a look and see if some enthusiasm can be generated for looking at that joined up approach. So that's my thought for the weekend. See you next weekend. Cheers.